High above the clouds, on a ledge barely wider than its own hooves, one ibex begins a single day that could end in seconds. Every step here is a decision. One wrong shift of weight, and centuries of instinct still might not be enough to save it. It reads the rock like a map only it can see, trusting nothing until its own hooves confirm the ground beneath will hold. A single loose stone falls into the void, and for a moment everything on this mountain goes completely dangerously still. It exhales slowly, decides the danger has passed for now, and keeps climbing, because stopping here was never an option. This is the Altai Range, an endless ocean of frozen peaks where the smallest mistake carries the heaviest possible cost. For a moment it allows itself to eat, pulling frost-covered grass from a crack too narrow for most animals to ever reach. Something moves across the rock that isn't wind or falling snow, a shape sliding silently over stone that should not move. Its head snaps upward, every muscle locking at once, because on this mountain, hesitation is the very first thing that kills. A golden eagle, riding air few creatures could survive falling through, circles slowly with a patience built for this exact moment. Its eyes are already locked on, reading distance, wind and weakness with a precision no prey animal could ever hope to outthink. The ibex doesn't run yet, it waits, frozen, tracking a shadow that could mean nothing at all, or could mean absolutely everything. Above, a predator with a 2-meter wingspan. Below, an animal with nowhere left to run but up, the gap between them closing fast. The circle tightens quickly now. What began as a slow, distant threat has just become something the ibex can no longer ignore. The eagle drops altitude in careful, narrowing spirals, each turn bringing it closer to a strike it has already fully committed to. Sensing the shift above it, the ibex moves fast now, aiming for a crack in the rock too narrow for any bird to follow it into. The eagle folds its wings and drops hard, turning gravity itself into a weapon aimed directly at the ledge waiting below it. Talons open wide midair, closing the last few meters in a blur few animals in these mountains ever lived to describe later. The ibex looks back for half a second, just long enough to see death arriving faster than its mind can fully process it. There is no time left to think, only muscle memory, coiled legs, and one single desperate choice that absolutely has to work. It launches sideways off the ledge without any hesitation, trading a straight line for a gap the eagle never accounted for. Talons close hard on bare stone instead of flesh, and for the first time today, the mountain sides firmly with the ibex. The eagle pulls up hard, wingtips passing inches from bare rock, forced to abandon everything it had already committed to. The ibex lands hard, legs absorbing an impact that would break lesser animals completely, still alive, still breathing, still moving. Above, the eagle circles once more, calculating carefully whether this fight is still worth the risk it now clearly demands. It isn't worth it. The eagle breaks away, riding a rising thermal higher, choosing retreat over a second, riskier attempt. The ibex watches it shrink slowly into the sky, chest heaving, alive only because the terrain refused to betray it today. For now, the first threat is gone. But on a mountain like this, true safety never lasts longer than a single held breath. It moves on, descending carefully toward quieter ground, unaware that quiet on this mountain is often the most dangerous sound. In a lower valley, the wind finally softens and the light turns gold, offering a stillness the ibex hasn't felt all day long. Golden light spreads slowly across pale, scattered boulders, and for a moment, this valley looks like the safest place on Earth. Among those same boulders, something is already watching, its entire body dissolved so completely into rock it barely exists. A snow leopard, patient beyond anything the ibex has faced today, chooses total stillness over speed, and waits for its moment. Only the tip of its tail moves, a single slow, deliberate arc that betrays absolutely nothing about the animal attached to it. The ibex lifts its head out of pure habit, scanning a slope that looks and feels completely and totally empty right now. It is not empty at all. A predator built entirely for ambush is already far closer than pure instinct alone would ever allow. The snow leopard begins to move, low and completely unhurried, each step placed as if the mountain itself might hear it fall. Then it stops completely again, vanishing back into the rock, patient enough to wait as long as this hunt ever truly requires. Its breath fogs faintly in the freezing mountain air, the only proof that something alive is hiding inside that pile of stone. Across the valley, predator and prey now share the very same frame, one grazing calmly, one calculating in total silence. Step, the gap between them keeps steadily closing, the snow leopard using every rock as cover it can find. For a split second, the ibex catches something, a flicker of movement it truly cannot place, confirm, or safely ignore. The snow leopard freezes instantly, reading the ibex's reaction the exact way a hunter reads its opponent's very next move. Satisfied the danger has finally passed, the ibex lowers its head again, unaware the predator behind it never actually stopped. The snow leopard resumes its slow approach, closer now than it has been all afternoon, far closer than the ibex can even imagine. It reaches its final position, tucked behind the very last boulder standing between patience and one single decisive strike. Every muscle in its hind legs coils impossibly tight, storing exactly the kind of force that only ever gets used once. Then it explodes from cover completely, closing the distance in mere seconds, turning stillness into pure violent speed. The ibex's head snaps up at the sound of breaking gravel, and in that single instant, absolutely everything changes at once. It doesn't think, it simply runs, choosing the steepest terrain it knows, because flat open ground has never once favored it. The snow leopard matches its stride for stride, moving faster across open rock than the ibex had ever truly expected it to. Both animals throw loose stone into a drop that would end either of their lives instantly in a single silent fall. Ahead, the ibex finally sees its only real chance, a narrow gap between two spires the leopard may not dare to risk. There is no time left to hesitate. It commits fully, launching its entire body across a gap most animals would never even attempt. It lands hard on the far side, hooves finding a ledge that is barely wide enough to hold its own trembling weight. The snow leopard skids to a stop at the very edge, paws digging hard into rock it clearly refuses to leave behind. It measures the jump carefully, weighs the risk, and for the first time today, decides survival matters more than the kill. The ibex keeps climbing higher still, moving into terrain built entirely against everything the snow leopard is capable of. Below, the predator watches for one last moment, then turns away, accepting that this particular chase is already over now. It disappears back into the boulders completely, its coat dissolving into stone as if the hunt had never happened at all. High above, the ibex finally stops, chest heaving hard, standing on a ledge it earned through every second of this chase. It begins the final climb of the day, legs shaking slightly, but moving with the certainty of an animal that has survived twice. It reaches the outcrop and stops completely, breathing hard, finally allowing itself a moment that isn't about pure survival. Its stance settles slowly into something familiar, the exact same posture this mountain saw from it hours earlier at dawn. Far below, the snow leopard is gone completely now, folded back into the very same rock it first emerged from at dusk. High above, the golden eagle rejoins the open sky once more, its hunt long over, now just another part of the mountain wind. It circles once more, completely unhurried, before drifting slowly toward the horizon, no longer a threat, only light and motion. Its eyes are calm now, steady in a way they simply weren't at dawn, the fear of the day finally settling into stillness. Silhouetted against the darkening sky, it stands exactly as it did at the very beginning, only now it understands far more. The wind finally settles completely, and for the first time all day, nothing left on this mountain is waiting to attack it. In the end, it wasn't speed or strength that kept this ibex alive. It was simply knowing this mountain better than anything hunting it.